What is up, everybody? DanDanTheFireman here. Daniel. I'm waiting for a spot to open up for gas, so I'm just gonna sit here and talk to you about some personal stuff. This is a Friday video, so this is talking about more of like a moto vlog and personal type thing. And I want to talk to you about how antidepressants have really affected me. So this is how I feel after about 4 months of taking Prozac and then Xanax sparingly. There's an open spot, but let's just go ahead and keep talking about this. So yeah, I've been taking Prozac. So for the first month, I was taking Prozac at a smaller dose. I think it was 20 milligrams, and now I'm at 40 milligrams after about a month. So I took the 20 milligrams to get me up to basically what she wanted me to get to, you know, therapeutic levels, and then I went to 40 milligrams every day. So first things off, though, when I started taking Prozac, and I think that's the one thing that really has helped me out, because I do take Xanax sparingly whenever it's needed, and that's only, I was prescribed 0.5 milligrams twice a day, but I cut them up in half, and I take 0.25 randomly. So I don't even take a quarter of what I'm supposed to take every day. I take like a 1 month supply lasts me like 6 months, basically. So I have this right here just to kind of keep me on track here, and I got this running. I don't even know why, because I'm just talking to you. But there's a few things that have happened. There's about 4 things, really big things that have happened since taking antidepressants. First of all, there's less anger. I'm not going to say I'm happier. I'm just going to say that there's less anger clouding the happiness. So like I literally am not angry all the time. And that's something that I had to deal with for a very long time, is that I was always angry, and it really affected me being happy. So there was happy events happening to me, but the fact that the anger took over, that's what really did it. It pushed me to a very high level of disappointment and just kind of sadness, because I was always angry. So I noticed that I'm less angry, very less angry. Like I'm able to enjoy the happiness, and that feeds off more positivity, makes everyone more positive and happy. So it's been a blessing. It's been truly a blessing since starting the Prozac, and that started happening within the first 2 weeks. And then I started feeling like towards the end of the month, I started to feel like it wasn't doing enough, and then I bumped it up to 40, which was by her recommendation. And then now, 3 months at 40 milligrams, so 3 months at where I'm supposed to be at, it's maintained that. So it's been amazing. Another thing that's really been great about being on Prozac or an antidepressant, SSRI, for my specific issue, make sure my bike's not on, all right, is that I'm able to let a lot of things go really easily. And that's something that I didn't think I could do, because for 20 years I've been angry, and 20 years it's been like things have to be fair, things have to just be correct, and if they're not, I can't let it go. I can't relax. And I've noticed in the past 4 months, since February, because that's when I started taking it, around February, so it's June, so yeah, about 4 months, I've noticed that whenever I do get upset, let's say with work or with my girlfriend, because, you know, a healthy relationship does have disagreements, I noticed before the meds, I'd just be angry, and it'd be like a 4 or 5 hour fight over something small. And even if it was a big thing, it'd be ridiculous. And it's my fault, because I couldn't let things go. It was like an obsessive thought process. And now that I've been on it, like I just had an argument with her yesterday. And this was the first one in over a month. And while there was like an argument that was we both were right in it, typically if we had that argument, I would have kept it going for hours trying to prove a point. But when we had it, I voiced my anger that I was having, and I walked away, which never happens. I was able to walk away, relax within 5 minutes, go in and apologize and say I shouldn't have reacted in anger. I'm sorry, and I'm able to go back to a happy norm after that. So there's fuel pumps, but we're gonna keep going. I was able to go back to a happy norm. And that is something I've never been able to do within 5 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours the next day. I've never been able to do that. And I really highly, not high, I really attribute that, I don't even know the word, to the Prozac, to the SSRI. Because the Xanax, I don't even take really anymore, other than when I'm starting to have obsessive thoughts at night and I can't sleep, then I'll take like a 0.25 milligram tablet, and that helps me just calm my mind and go to sleep. That's rare, and I've been able to let go things really easily, and it's been amazing. So the less anger and letting things go has been the biggest blessing that SSRIs have done. And so the next thing is I was able to think more positively, way more positively. The anger that went away didn't cloud a lot of my judgments and didn't make it to where I was always thinking negative, which fed the anger, which fed the negativity. So all these three things that I've just mentioned really have put a huge positive cycle. I'm not angry, so I'm able to let things go easily, which makes it so that things are more positive, which makes me less angry, and it does that. I'm gonna make sure this, I gotta stay on topic, because that's another thing, and I'll get to that, is that I go off topic a lot now. So the next thing is the obsessive thoughts have really been minimized. And once again, it's that cycle of less anger, more positivity, letting things go, and I'm able to not think about things constantly. And there's a difference between obsessive thoughts and staying vigilant. So me staying vigilant, I'm able to ride and keep an eye out on a bunch of stuff. That's staying vigilant, but it's not the obsessive thought of, okay, now I'm done riding. Now I'm still thinking about riding. It's that obsessiveness, the obsessive thoughts that I was always having, to where like 6 months ago something happened at work and I'm still thinking about it and still stressed about it when it should have been gone within the first 5 minutes. And I'm not thinking and just living in my head, and that is huge for me, because that's what I would do, is I would always live in my head. And it was a big issue for me, because I lived in a negative headspace. So now that I'm not living in a negative headspace, I'm not living in a positive headspace in my head, I'm just now able to live in the moment. I don't have to live in the past thinking all the time, live in the future thinking about how to plan it, how to do this, how to do that. I'm able to live in the present and think in the present, and that's been such a huge thing for me. It's been so huge, and it's caused way less stress for me. And if it's causing less stress for me, I see the less stress in the family, and that is a big, big thing for me. And those are all the real good positives. There's only really a few negatives when it comes to medications like SSRIs and antidepressants, and one of them is that I currently have to deal with, and that's sexual performance type thing. I'm just being honest with you guys. That's a common thing for men when you're on an SSRI like that. So that's an issue. But I've lived with anger and these obsessive thoughts for 20 plus years, and having it switched off, like it was literally switching off, I could deal with it. I could deal with it. Another negative thing that I think is kind of a negative, but it's honestly not that bad, is that I have to create lists for things to do, because I used to be obsessive and I would have the list in my head of like what I need to do, what needs to happen, what needs to get done. Now that I live in the present, it's like I'm able to relax. So I've switched from boom, 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 boom to I can relax. And it gets to the point where it swung too far to the other side, and it's like I'm relaxing too much. So now I have to create like a list of the day, what I'm going to do. Like, right now, I'm filming a video. Then I gotta go home and, clean up a little bit. Then I gotta go home and edit at 2 p.m. when I do the live stream editing. And then, I got a bunch of stuff that I have to do. I have to make sure I walk the dog. I wake up at 5 a.m. and walk the dog. Just all these things. It's like I have to create a list and follow it in order for me to replace that compulsive thought process that I had in my head. Now I can create a list and put it on a piece of paper and look at it, and that's not stressful. Because when it's in your head, it's like you have the list, which is just a jumble of words and a jumble of thoughts that need to get done. But then when you have a list, and this is something the therapist helped me out with, is that when you have a list, you can just knock them out one at a time. And you're not constantly thinking of the whole bundle. So I think that's really great. It's a positive and negative, but I don't want to get into the whole you guys should get antidepressants and Prozac versus, cannabinoid oil and all these other things, because I've been getting a lot of those comments when I talk about meds. I don't want to get into that and how pharmaceutical companies are making a lot of money and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to tell you right now, I feel a whole lot better. If I can feel the same way with cannabinoid oil, if I can feel the same way with tea tree oil and, mint oils and stuff and put them on my skin and all, if I could feel this way with that, I'll try it. I'll do it. But as of right now, this is the first option that I've tried. And actually, it's the second option. I tried Lexapro, and within 3 days, my vision was going away. So I immediately called my doctor, and she switched the medication. So there are different medications, and you do have different side effects. And if you start having a different side effect, your doctor is the one that's going to be changing it up. I'm not going to give you the advice on you should take Prozac or whatnot. There's different kinds of medications. I'm not a doctor. You need to speak to your doctor about that and get a prescription. But it definitely has helped. It really has helped, and it's only been 4 months, and it's really opened my eyes to a lot of good things. So I'm excited for that, and I hope you guys got a little bit of insight of where I'm at when it comes to medications and when it comes to the depression and anxiety, because I think the anxiety part was really taken care of with the Prozac too, on top of the therapy. And that's another topic I want to talk to you guys about at some point. Kind of like my therapy, I had to take a break because I don't have insurance right now. I'm getting Cobra, I'm getting all that stuff set up. Everything's gonna be good, so I get my insurance back and I can start going to therapy again. But I wanted to talk to you guys for these last 2 weeks about the community and how my own experiences can help you guys out, hopefully, and sharing with you kind of what's going on with me at the same time. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or questions about anything else that you want me to delve in further, please write it in the comments and then join the Discord and we can chit chat in there too. All right, I'll see you guys later. Ride safe, be safe, and I'm gonna go fill up and film a little more. All right, bye.